Ladies and gentlemen, we have returned. Long awaited return of the Mizzle Dub Show. As we say good afternoon, he is Mizzle. I am Dub, and welcome to another edition of the Mizzle Dub Show. Now, we will cover what we saw on Championship Sunday in a few minutes, but let's jump into the hot topic that it is right now. And unfortunately, it has to come during the week that you're supposed to be promoting your biggest party of the week, which is Super Bowl week. But of course, the alleged rumors going on of involving the Browns' ownership of Jimmy Haslam, the Dolphins' ownership of Stephen Ross. If you've been hiding under a cave, here's what we have. As we know, we all were shocked when Brian Flores was let go as head coach of the Miami Dolphins after two of his three seasons were winning seasons. And this past season, they won the first game, lost seven straight, won seven straight, finished the season 9-8, had a chance to qualify for the playoffs. We were all shocked when he got fired, citing that Stephen Ross wanted to go in a different direction. Now, my offensive coordinator, Mike McDaniel of the 49ers, is supposedly getting another interview with the Dolphins.
Oh, really?
For the head coaching job. Then Brian Flores comes on and says, I am suing the league because of discrimination involving the Rooney Rule, which of course was put in and set by the late Steelers owner, Dan Rooney, in the mid-2000s, saying that one minority candidate has to be interviewed for a head coaching position to vast the discrimination of this process in the NFL. With that said, Brian Flores is coming out saying that he was mistaken with text messages from Bill Belichick, which in Belichick's case, that was an honest mistake because
I've done it. You've done it.
We've all done it. Okay. He mistaken Brian Flores for Brian Dolbob, the new.
But it's still wrong. That's leaked information.
Yes. So, supposedly now, according to the text messages, that Brian Flores was interested in the job to coach the Giants. Yes. And was misled thinking that he got the job, which was explained in the dialogue between him and Coach Belichick, which Belichick apologized and mistaken him for the wrong Brian. With that said, now was leaked out that Stephen Ross offered Brian Flores money to lose and tank games.
$100,000 a game. Multiply that by 15.
Then, former Cleveland Browns head coach, who's now the head coach at Grambling State, Hugh Jackson, comes out and says Jimmy Haslam did the same thing when Hugh Brown was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns. Because remember, under Hugh Jackson's tenure, the Browns went winless. Mm-hmm. Okay. And in meetings, and Hugh Jackson was on SportsCenter just a couple of days ago saying that he had the meeting and saying, you have ruined my life, and Jimmy Haslam says, I'm going to make this right. Gave Hugh Jackson a contract extension, then fire him 8 games into the year, giving him that extension, as he's saying that Haslam offered him $100,000 to, in a sense, tank games. Now, as we know, Roger Goodell basically is the owner's employee. He works for them. He really has no power or stroke, if you will. The owners have it. Now, as Brian Flores says, this is bigger than me. This is bigger than football. And it seems like Brian Flores is taking a step, perhaps risking never coaching in the NFL again, to try and right this wrong of what's going on and what's been spilled out these last couple of days, all this week. Floor is yours.
Now, would you think that this man is lying if he would do all that? Just think about that. And there's also a witness that said Stephen Ross said that to him. And all around the league, all you keep hearing, and even the media, what people are saying about Flores, the man is about character, integrity. Every good thing you can say about this man has been positive from everybody. So he doesn't seem like a person that would just simply just blow this out his ass right about now. You know?
And considering how the Dolphins locker room played hard for that man, because you start the season 1-7, You're just like, screw it. Let's just get a high draft pick. No. They came back to win 7 straight games.
Damn near made the playoffs.
Had a shot to compete for the playoffs until the final week of the season. 2 of his 3 years, he finishes with a winning record, and you fire him?
One of Belichick's proteges to actually be a winner.
Yeah. Bill O'Brien's the only one. He made the playoffs.
The Titans, he's getting there now.
Well, yes, Mike
Vrabel's getting there, but yes, you're right. Bill O'Brien is the protege that's been the winner. He's been out of his 6 years there, he went to the playoffs
4 times.
Yeah,
4 times in the playoffs.
And how many times did he win a division with that? 3?
At least 3, yeah.
Yeah. So
if not all 4 times.
Yeah. So I honestly, you already know how I feel about the NFL and this Rooney Rule. I just think it does that just, the fit the quota type thing, when let's hire the black guy or the minority to fit our quota. That's all that is. I don't think Mr. Rooney was doing that, intended to do it the way it is now. What it was giving an opportunity to minorities, which that rule had nothing to do with my owner. Al was like, I don't care. You could be purple. Can you coach the Raiders? Can you make them great?
Can you win?
You can be an alien from Mars, but if you can produce on the football field, Al gonna hire you. So I get the rule, but the rule is kind of pointless if you ask me. Because if I'm an African, well, I am, but if I am getting called in for an interview, come on, how? Because again, Mike Tomlin wasn't going to be the Steelers coach. They requested him late, and he came in there and blew the doors off of him.
And here he is going into year 16, never had a losing season. Thank you very much.
But we all know what the Steelers do. In my existence of life, I've only known 3 coaches: Chuck Noll, Cowher, Tomlin.
And 2 of those have gold jackets and busts in Canton, and I'm sure Mike Tomlin will get his whenever he decides to say, I'm done.
And I got a question for you.
Yes.
Did they get fired or did they walk away?
Chuck Noll, retired. Bill Cowher got paid by CBS, is in the studio hosting the NFL Today on his own terms. Mike Tomlin, I am pretty sure, will say, I'm done. Peace out. I'll see you in Canton.
And then, that's what, the Steelers is a hated rivalry towards me, but that organization is tip top from.
What have I said for years?
One of the well-ran organizations in football. The only time that you heard about the Steelers in turmoil was when Ben Roethlisberger was doing his shit. But they fixed that quick. They told that man to go get married, have kids, stay your ass away from them colleges and motorcycles.
And try Jesus.
Exactly. But I think, see here could be the kicker. Now, since Flores has done this, should be time to release those emails. If you want to shut some people up, release those emails.
Well, and I don't want to go back to the John Gruden situation, but you kept saying he was going to be the scapegoat, and now you have this come out. I'm telling you right now, if these names get exposed, if these emails get exposed or leaked out like Gruden stuff got leaked out, there's going to be some whole bunch of turmoil in Park Avenue. Because if you go to Park Avenue, if you go to the offices of the NFL in Park Avenue in New York, it is as diverse as it can be in that office. We're talking minorities. We're talking women. I mean, before he passed away, Gene Upshaw handled the Players Association.
And was well respected. Oh my God, well respected. Talk about if a door opened and Gene walked through, sir.
Yeah,
that's why the emails will.
I'll say like this: the year he passed away in 2008, every single team in the National Football League had the GU patch on their jersey, just not the Raiders, the team he went to the Hall of Fame for. Every single team had the GU patch on their jersey. Hello.
I don't think those emails are coming out. Just for the simple fact of the matter, what we just said. Somebody got to get fired.
Well, this is just my 2 cents. Daniel Snyder, Jimmy Haslam, Stephen Ross definitely should be kicked out of ownership. And there should be 3 teams. Well, 4 teams on sale because the Denver Broncos are put up for sale by the Bolden Trust Fund, by the Bolden family. So there should be 4 teams looking for new ownership right now.
Well, drop the breaking news that you just told me about Mr. Snyder that just came out.
Well, there's been another alleged rumor of Mr. Snyder sexually harassing a former female employee at a team dinner. That goes along with the former cheerleaders of the now Washington Commanders. Dear God, really? Of all nicknames, you're gonna come with Commanders,
right?
And now you're gonna sound like Mother Russia because someone is gonna say, somebody is gonna say the commies.
You did it.
Somebody is.
Well, you did it, so.
Well, actually, Tony Kornheiser was first. I'll be the second guy. Okay, but
there are role models. We can do that.
Hey, but I mean, like the Patriots are called the Pats, the Vikings are called the Vikes, the Packers is called the Pack, the 49ers is called the Niners, so on and so forth. You mean to tell me you're going to name your team the Commanders, and somebody from the Washington Post is going to write an article and use the abbreviation the commies. And if you go on Twitter, there's a whole bunch of pictures of Daniel Snyder dressed in a Russian uniform with commies on the picture. It's on Twitter. I kid you not, it is. And again, this fan base of the former Washington Redskins, now the former Washington football team, and now the Commanders.
I don't care. His mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
It's one of the best fan bases in football. That Virginia, DC area is hog crazy about that team. They are some very, very good, loyal fans, and you keep slapping them in the face with this. First, you have a jackass of an owner. I'll go there and say owner's a jackass. You have the absolute worst grass turf field in the entire National Football League. And then just
their stadium?
Worse than Levi. Actually, Levi's has gotten better after 2016, believe it or not.
So they've been sprinkling the milk on the field? Little milk?
I'm pretty sure Debo's doing it from his job. I'm pretty sure. Shout out to our friend of the show, Mr. Monroe, who works with milk and likes to pour milk in grass. And I'm just telling you, milk does make your grass green. I'm just telling you. Anyhow, but yeah, FedEx Field grass is horrible. And then just recently during the season, it started to act like the Oakland Coliseum and have sewage problems to where, well, bodily waste were dripping on fans. Which is why they're trying so hard to move back to the stadium that's supposed to be built where the old RFK Stadium sits. But of course, the mayor threw down the deadline. You want to move back? Change the name. Well, if I'm Mr. Snyder, I might want to change the name again because I know there was a trademark issue with Red Hawks and Red Wolves because I know the fan base really liked those two names. Of course, you and I liked Red Tails, obviously, to pay homage to the Tuskegee Airmen.
You just knew that wasn't going to happen. Just look what we're going through right now with
and then I would have settled for the Red Hawks to pay homage to the Hogs, the great offensive linemen of the 80s, because as you know, there's the Hogettes, as you know. But it's just insane. It's just ridiculous. Where is it going to end? Somebody has got to get exposed to get this right so this can stop.
As long as the money machine is making money.
And that's what it comes down. And there's where it comes down to it right there. The dang money.
You don't stop the money.
No. Switching subjects now. again, before we get to Championship Sunday, I want to give my co-host and my brother the chance to not give his eulogy, but give his season recap of his beloved Raiders as his season came to an end by the eventual champions of the AFC. And given the drama that they went through, they still managed to find a way to make it to the playoffs. So I give the floor to you so you can give your final recap of your beloved Silver and Blacks regular season, and certainly looking forward to the future because the future is bright, certainly with the hires they have just recently made. Floor is yours.
Well, first off, I'd like to say, fucking proud of them. Like I said on my Facebook post, with the crap they went through, they could have easily just packed up and been like, you know what, let's just go out here and play football. You know, it's every time we turn our head, something's negative is going on with this organization. But very proud of what they did. You can tell there's some fight in that locker room. There's some heart. They care for each other. There's a brotherhood. You hear it every time you listen to them on the interview or press conference. They always say, I love my brother, my brothers. You don't really hear that in locker rooms anymore, or in locker rooms. Nobody really speaks upon that anymore, but you saw that they care about each other. And to end this season, I didn't even expect them to win as many games as they did. I've seen like I said, bring on basketball.
We've had visual evidence on the show saying he was done.
I've seen and it's going to be a repeat. I've seen the story before to where they started off hot. They get me all excited. I'm like, okay, this is a different year. You know, this car is in the same offense and it's still the same. Nothing has changed. And then we make that East Coast trip. And after that East Coast trip, we just, but John Gruden could not be John Gruden. He had to be a talker, and emails fired. So then they fought. So they get that this whole season was a roller coaster. If anybody that's a real Raider fan knows that we've been up, down, left, right, around. And just to see them get to the playoffs and that Charger game, like I said, I died 3 times and came back to life watching that game. Okay, the fourth downs literally put me in a coma, you know. But the heart and the wanted to win, is the fire that burns. You know,
the will to win.
There it is.
Fire that burns in this organization.
They actually took to the word. Just win, baby. They whatever it takes, just win. Yeah, it came down to a field goal and Money Carlson. That's why he get paid the big bucks. That's why, you know, special teams. But that's been the Raiders' MO when it wasn't good. It was always Shane Leckler, excuse me, and Sebastian Janikowski always getting into the Pro Bowl. But here nor there, they made it to the playoffs. Didn't see it coming. So excited. We could have won that game, but our issues popped right back up in the playoffs after that winning streak. You can't go down to the red zone 6 times and only score once on a touchdown. We were getting field goals.
Can't keep kissing your sister.
You can't keep going down there with missed opportunities and not use your biggest asset when you get down there. You have 2 great tight ends. 2 great tight ends. Didn't even use them once. Yeah, I know you and Zay Jones, countless hours in the sun, in the Vegas sun, practicing with each other. You and Renfro got great chemistry, but you didn't.
Where's 83?
So with that said, they didn't get blown out. They were in the game, and you lost to the AFC champions. So there's nothing to hold your head low for. Just like Mark Davis said, this is not a rebuild. Whatever the other word, I can't remember the other word he said, but it's going to the next step. And I agree, because the piece is already there. Which brings me to the Patriot way. How can you get mad at winning tradition? How can you get mad at Mark finally did something right? That's what I've been telling you. Give me a GM and a head coach that are like this. I need that because you're already bringing continuity in there and you're bringing something that a winning tradition. Yes, it's the Patriots. Okay. Great. You know what I like about Josh McDaniels? You're going to see a lot of Foster Monroe and Darren Waller getting the ball. Hunter Renfrow is just going to go from here to here now. I mean, do we all see what McDaniels did with Mac Jones? Cam Newton? I mean, he kind of elevated Cam's career a little bit more. He altered the offense to fit Cam. That's what you want out of an offensive-minded coach. No matter what you have, you fit it. You make it work. Josh Jacobs. I mean, we already know what Derek Carr can do if you just cut him loose and he grabs your offense. So the future is bright. I like where we're going. The front office is already shaped up to be nice as all get out. I mean, tip top. We're getting back to that Al Davis way. But Al never really had a general manager. He was the general manager. He was everything.
But he damn sure relied on Ron Wolf. That's for damn sure.
Oh, well, you gotta have your wingman. I mean, you always gotta have your wingman. But I what I loved about what I'm seeing now is you seeing the growth of Mark. When he first took over the team, he came out and told you, I don't know nothing, but I'm going to put people in front of me that know it, and we're going to get it together. Okay. So we had the Reggie McKenzie era. Reggie McKenzie and Dennis Allen should not have been paired together.
No, but one thing I think Reggie should get credit for is he got them out of salary cap hell.
Oh, well, he fixed the books for sure. I mean, I think that's why Mark hired him to, given that he was given feathers trying to make a chicken soup, and he got nothing but feathers, and he get the meat, and he worked out of it. I mean, we traded away our first rounders for Carson Palmer, and he didn't have a first rounder for 2 years. So, yeah, but I just love where they're going now. You bought first, like I said, winning tradition. You got a GM and head coach that are going to be, that, hey, I think about this. Nah, what about this? Okay. It won't be what Gruden says. Granted, Mike Mayock, he missed the first round, but bless him for Hunter Renfrow, Trayvon Mullen, Mooring, Max Crosby. I'll leave it with this. The future is bright. I don't expect, we made it to the playoffs, but now we're learning a whole new offense. So I expect us to be competitive like we always been, but it'll be kind of tough. Maybe we'll fight to get in the playoffs again, but I don't expect too much out of the first year. But the second on, I expect Josh McDaniels to have his imprint on this offense, and we see their draft. I like to see what they're going to do with the draft because let's see where their head is. Are we going to draft for need? Or are we going to draft because the best player that's available? I think we need the draft for need, depending on what we do in free agency.
Well, one thing is for sure, as you just mentioned, that Ziegler and McDaniels are going to work hand in hand, but Ziegler made it known. The final decision is mine.
See, I like that. It's been established. There's no guessing. There's no question.
He made that clear. He said, yes, we are going to dissect and we're going to agree. We're going to disagree. We're going to talk. But at the end of the day, the decision's on me.
Love it.
And the fact is, again, you saw what he did this past season with drafts and free agency with the Patriots. And he necessarily did not have the GM title. He was the de facto GM, but he really wasn't the GM. Now, it's his show.
Yep, you got the key.
Now he has an assistant GM. And of course, the one thing about Ziegler is, like Ron Wolf, he's a scout at heart. So normally they say scouts make the best GMs, normally.
Well,
if you have that scouting, well, you know what I sent you yesterday. I said give it about 2 to 3 years.
yeah,
They should become real serious contenders.
yeah.
If
Like I said, I'm
it
not
all
gonna
gels together.
the first year. I'm not. It's the first year for me is viewing. What are you trying to do? I'm gonna give you the first year to, because they normally say it takes 3 years. Okay, cool. You don't have a rookie quarterback. You got a seasoned vet that can pick it up and run with it. I believe if Mac Jones can pick it up and run it very well, I believe Derek Carr can pick it up just as quick. He's not a stupid quarterback. I mean, he does make which any quarterback. I mean,
any quarterback,
every quarterback, but he's not a stupid quarterback. So I like I said, I see us being competitive. I also want to see who we bring back on defense. I would love to have Casey Hayward back for sure. And Jonathan Hankins. He did a good job, unless they're going to hand the keys off to Phylon, who was excellent in that Charger game before getting hurt, and excellent in that Colt game. So
who knows what it could have been if he was available against Cincinnati, but that's here nor there.
And I also going to say this: I don't think Darren Waller was 100% at all. At all. I just think something was still. He just got put out there because he wanted to play. It was a big game, But yeah, next year I think the future's bright, and I'm just going to view it. I'll still get excited and root, but I'm just going to relax. And then now year 2, no, I take that back. When the schedule comes out and they put that Niner Raider game on the schedule, that about to be the only time you will really see some damn passion come out of me. All right. So yeah, that's that.
Well, we knew the end destination would be in Inglewood, California on February the 13th of 2022. The dream started with 32 teams. It started with 14, and it ends now with 2. So your matchup for Super Bowl 56 is the Rams, as for the second year in a row, the host team, the host stadium, will get to play on their own field for the second straight year against the Cincinnati Bengals. So this is the sixth appearance for the Rams in the Super Bowl. They're 1-4.
Three for the Bengals, 4?
And this is the Bengals' third, yes.
Okay.
Third for Cincinnati. First time in 33 years, but it's on the eve of their first appearance 40 years ago in Pontiac, Michigan in Super Bowl 16. So first off, credit to Mike Brown and to Zach Taylor, because they did something that is very, 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 very hard to do, which is go into Arrowhead Stadium and win. But not just win, they held the Chiefs to 3 points in the second half, because watching the game, the beginning of the game, when the Chiefs got up 21-3, I texted you and said, this might be over. And then the screen pass to P. Ryan to bring it into 21-10. And then Andy Reid says, Pete Carroll, hold my beer. I'm about to do something as stupid as you. Left points on the board at the 1-yard line. And in a sense, that gave the Cincinnati Bengals life, and they didn't look back. And what more can you say about Joe Burrow? The man has moxie. Man has ice water in his veins. It seems like he does not get rattled by anything. And they rallied, and they outscored Cincinnati 17-3 for the rest of the game. I mean, what more can you say? The Cincinnati Bengals certainly earned their way.
Yes, they did.
Playing for the Super Bowl.
Yes, they did. That's 100%. That, man, what a ride. And remember what people were saying about Jamar Chase? Stone hands, kid can't catch. Okay.
Well, don't know if you were watching the Bengals this season, but we certainly were. Mr. Chase can catch the ball, and not only that, he's a very fast man. Ask the Chiefs about the speed of Jamar Chase. and I'll leave it at that.
Mm.
But I mean, it was just a tremendous job all around there by the Bengals. Like I said, they have certainly earned the right to be there. And I know the Rams are coming in as a 4-point favorite.
Really?
But yeah, 4-point favorite. Well, actually, let's check the line right now. They originally, when it first came out that night, they're still -4, and the total is 49.5.
Mm-hmm.
For those that
a shootout
might be placing their bets. But yeah,
expecting a shootout.
Jamar Chase only had 81 receptions for 1,455 yards and 13 touchdowns.
Oh,
Not bad for some stone hands and for a rookie. I'm just gonna put it
I
out
kind
there.
of see him being big in the Super Bowl too. But
well, yeah, because the Rams are hurting in the secondary. I mean, when you have to get Eric Weddle to come out of retirement.
Well, it's not that. It's that the Bengals are really going to have to focus on their offensive line and their pass protection.
And we said coming into this, the biggest matchup was going to be the Rams D line against the Bengals O line because, like I said, he got sacked 9 times against the Titans, and they managed to escape.
Yeah,
it is very hard to try and contain Leonard Floyd, Aaron Donald, and a former Super Bowl MVP by the name of Von Miller. Those 3 guys alone will make it tough. But again, Burrow has defined logic and has made plays with his legs. I mean, the 2 runs he did on 3rd down in the drive to set up the game-tying field goal or the game-winning field goal in overtime against the Chiefs shows you that he will do whatever it takes.
Oh yeah,
to get there. And now
the moment's not too big for him.
No, it's not. And now the moment of heartbreak.
Okay.
Because once again,
floor is yours.
Once again, my beloved team that I've loved since 1986, at 3.5 years old, as an adult, they just continue to break my heart, and now I'm drowning my sorrows in sangria. Once again, you had a 10-point lead in a postseason game. And once again, the head coach, as he did as the OC in Super Bowl 51, as he did as the head coach in Super Bowl 54, stops going away from what works and stops giving the football to your playmakers. Nobody has still answered me this question, and I am still asking this question. How? How in the hell does your guy that got over 2,000 plus yards in total scrimmage, breaking the franchise record held by Mr. Jesus in cleats himself that wears number 80
to go?
For the last 12 minutes and 42 seconds of the game. How does number 19 not touch the football? That's me going back to Super Bowl 47. How does number 21 not touch the football again after he gets you to the 5-yard line?
Oh, because you got Michael Crabtree.
That. You are a run first team. Give the ball to 21, and if the Ravens stop you 4 times, then damn it, you tip your cap and say, you got me. I can live with that. I can live with that.
I mean, I text you. I'm like, what's going on here?
Okay. You mean to tell me you are scared to go for it on 4th and 2 when the previous 2 games on 3rd and 7, you let Deebo Samuel touch the football? Almost got the first down against the Cowboys, if it wasn't for a review. In the hard turf cold of Green Bay, got the first down and set up the game-winning field goal for Robbie Gould to get you to the NFC Championship. You mean to tell me on 4th and 2, he can't touch the ball and he can't fight and give you 2 yards, knowing he is so hard to tackle? Now, granted, the 9-yard run by Mitchell and then the 2nd down and 1, first off, kudos to Eric Weddle. He just got there before the receiver can make the block. He just got to the gap faster, and he made a stop.
Yeah.
That you just kudos.
Yeah.
Okay. But secondly, why in the hell you got Trent Williams going in motion, knowing he's on a bad ankle, and you're going to try and duplicate that play again that you did in Dallas? He's on a bum ankle. What are you doing? You go with what brought you to the dance. Okay? If I'm going down, damn it, I'm going down with number 19 and number 85 touching the football. And if you stop my two best players, I will tip my cap and say, you know what? You stop my guys. And again, you do that, I can live with that. And then the weakness all year reared its ugly head. All year long, I've said the secondary of my team scares me.
Yes.
It scares me. It scares me.
Yeah.
And Cooper Kupp and Odell Beckham just kept getting ball after ball after ball.
How
And I
do
kept
you not
saying,
guard that man? Like, how does he get so? I mean, I know it's route running, but he gets open on double coverage. That's ridiculous. And Odell just had a flashback. Odell got tired of everybody talking about he was washed, this, that, and the third. And
that hold my beer.
yeah. So, and you think he ain't gonna wild out in his first Super Bowl?
No, he's definitely gonna shine on the big stage. But I kept saying, you can't let number 10 beat us. Let Van Jefferson beat you. Let somebody else beat you. But you can't let the Triple Crown winner in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. You cannot. And both times on his 2 touchdowns, he was butt naked, open.
The first one, Stafford.
Jaquaski Tart got there too late. And again, we always say you can't drop interceptions because what happens?
Oh, you get torched.
On the very next play.
You get torched. I talk. Wait, as soon as that happened, I say, oh, you know it's about to happen. You know it's about to happen. That is football 1-on-1. That was a gift. Stafford don't give gifts that often.
Ask Lewis Billups in Super Bowl 23 what happened when he dropped an interception off the hands of Montana. Very next play, Jesus and Cleats finds the end zone.
Torched. It's basketball 1-on-1.
Okay. Matthew Stafford basically threw up a punt.
Gift wrapped the game for y'all. Gift wrapped it. That's why you're a DB, though, right? But they can't even say that's why you're a DB because even sometimes
that's why you're a safety, because you can't catch the dog. I mean, do you want to call Lester Hayes and ask if you can borrow some of his stickum? I mean, good Lord. I mean, the gloves they have now is damn near like sticking the goddamn selves.
Facts. But I will say this, though. Big man, though, because he got up on that podium and did nobody ask the question. He owned up to it.
He owned up to it.
That's but still owning up to it could have got y'all to the Super Bowl. I'm that type of asshole that'd be like, yeah, you can own up to it, bro, but you dropped the fucking ball. Like, it was right there.
Right there.
All you had to do was this.
Right smack dab in the chest.
All you had to do was
right
this.
Smack dab in the chest. And I know what Garoppolo was trying to do. He was trying to make a play. But throw the damn ball away and take your chances on 4th and 13.
Yep. Live to see another down. Ain't that
live to see another down?
That's the thing in basketball. I mean, football. Live to see another down.
And granted, again, you can see that Aaron Donald was getting mad, and that's why Aaron Donald had that passionate impromptu meeting on the sideline with his defense, pouring his soul into, because he didn't want to be down this road again. And granted, the Rams did the formula that most other teams do when playing the 49ers, which is number 10, you're going to have to beat us with your arm. And he just couldn't do it. Like, for whatever reason, the fourth quarter in playoff games, he struggled. And this was the same thing that happened to Colin Kaepernick in Seattle back in January of 2014. He turned the ball over 3 times, and Seattle took advantage. And of course, Seattle won the game because once again, he had a hard on for Crabtree, not knowing that he has a guy wide open in the flat, but does not see him.
Well, you know what Colin Kaepernick is. He's a one-read quarterback. If it ain't there, he went with what, you know, when you play Madden, the red player is the hot route. That's who you're supposed to throw it to, and everybody else does everything. Yeah, Madden. That's Kaepernick. But when he did do he was nice. So
when he didn't overthrow open wide receivers.
Oh, yeah. Him and Jimmy G got a big issue with that.
Well, who knows? And
he's gone now, so you fans can be happy.
But I go back to the first quarter. George Kittle was open. You cannot miss him. He was open. And if he doesn't score in the end zone, it's at least 1st and goal deep in Rams territory, at least.
Yeah.
Throws like that, you can't miss. And like I said the night the game was over, I said, I'm not going to bash Jimmy because every other Niner fan is going to do that. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm a Garoppolo sympathizer, but I'm just going to state the facts. Yes, in the fourth quarter in the playoffs, in this game, in Super Bowl 54, he struggled. But the man won 69% of the games that he started when he came to this team in 2017 on Halloween. Because it looked like we were going to suck again. Then he starts the last 5 games. They go 5-0. The damn fan base has hope again.
Yeah.
Hope they didn't have since Harbaugh got there back in 2011. Then he decides not to run out of bounds.
Ooh.
Tears his ACL.
Wasn't that against the Chiefs?
We were together that game, and I said right then and there, season is over. And what happened? The season was over. Then I said, okay, 2019 might do something. Wasn't expecting to go to the Super Bowl, but I said at least get to the playoffs. So we get there, fourth quarter, pressure gets to him, overthrows it, wide open Emmanuel Sanders, stops giving Deebo Samuel and Raheem most of the ball, and the damn Chiefs win their second Super Bowl. So I know it's a 50-50 love-hate thing with him, but I hope the faithful somewhere down the road can appreciate what this man does because he has been absolutely nothing but a true professional, a pro's pro, a man's man. How he handled them drafting Trey Lance and still welcome him to the team.
Yes.
Take him under his wing and show him how to be a professional and show him how to prepare like a professional. You want somebody like that on your team, and I can understand why that locker room loves that man, rallies with that man, and loves playing with that man. I can see why. And I know a lot of fans can't see that, but I hope somewhere down the line they can learn to appreciate it because, again, like I said, when he's in there, 69% of the time, almost 70%, which is almost every 2 out of 3 times, he wins.
Facts. Well, he didn't get the nickname four-star Jimmy for no reason.
Well, I would say the Steelers and possibly the Commanders, that damn name, are 2 viable spots he can go to because both teams have good defenses. They both have good running games with Najee Harris and Antonio Gibson.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely think the Steelers might be the most ideal spot because the Steelers don't need much. They have the playmakers of wide receiver. Yeah. They have the running back in Najee Harris. Yeah. And they have the defense. And, of course, Mike Tomlin's going to get the best of him because that's just what Mike Tomlin does. So I think for him, the most ideal spot would probably be Pittsburgh.
I totally agree to that one. That would be a good appreciation to Jimmy if they do that. Send him from another good organization to another good organization. and let him work that out. Especially for, like you said, the man's he was winning it with the Patriots before they traded him off to the Niners. And so regular season don't mean nothing, bro. And you know that.
We know.
But it's how I look at good records is he's keeping you in there. You're either there or you're not, but you're on the cusp line. You had to fight to get in the playoffs just as the Raiders.
We have this on our past shows. I said at 3-5, put the kid in. What have you got to lose? Put the kid in. Why not? And then they said, hold my beer, and rally to go win 7 of 9 to get in. Okay, I wasn't expecting them to make a run to the conference championship game. Yeah. For me, if they beat my sister's Cowboys, that was good enough for me, because that was my Super Bowl right there. And then they go on to play another team that's caused me heartbreak, just like the Cowboys and the Giants, the Packers. Yes. And I mean, after that first drive, when they just went up and down, I said they might get their ass kicked. And then the defense woke up. Yeah. Didn't do much offense because the offense only scored 6 points. Yeah. It had to be a blocked punt for them to get their only touchdown, but hey. Yeah.
Play the game.
Crazy things happen in January football. So them beating 2 playoff rivals that have caused me more heartbreak, the next 2, along with the Giants, was good for me. Yeah. And, I know you kept saying they've beaten the Rams 6 straight, but I said it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season. I know the 82 Dolphins did to the Jets. I know the 86 Giants did to the former Redskins, and I know the 99 Titans did to the Jaguars. And they were all division opponents, but I just kept saying I am more nervous for this game than I was in Week 18.
You weren't the only one.
And I'll be the one that will admit it, unlike anybody else, because my integrity will not allow me to just brag and talk crap. Unlike you will talk crap, doesn't matter regardless. But because I know you and my sister partook and had a lot of fun in bashing the Niner fans that get on your everlast nerve.
Oh, it was fist pump Sunday around here. When the Chiefs lost, oh my goodness, I think I took 2 to the head real quick. Oh, no Chief. And then the icing on the cake. I felt your pain. I felt a few other pains, but every other fan, Stephen A. Smith.
Here we go.
I have a peaceful Super Bowl. I can watch the game in peace. Timeline will be peace. Phone, peace. The only time I'll probably go to somebody is probably the halftime show. Peace.
Well, it is a very intriguing matchup when you look at.
I think this is going to be a great game. Like, it's so many factors that you can put. Ramsey versus Chase, the O line versus the D line, Stafford versus Burrow. It can go on. Who the better running game?
But don't sleep on the Bengals. Don't sleep on the Bengals defense, because Trey Hendrickson, who came over from the Saints to Cincinnati, he has been a force this year.
Yeah, well, it's my Raiders.
And it's not going to be an easy matchup for Andrew Whitworth facing Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very big key matchup there, along with, as we already said already, the Bengals O-line and the Rams O-line, which we will do a Super Bowl show like we did last year. We will preview matchups and the whole thing about the Super Bowl, because we do have 1 more week to go before the game actually commence. And I'll actually get to watch the whole game without being at work until later on in the night. So that's a good thing. So I can really, really dissect it. But, of course, I'm rooting for the Bengals because for one thing, I can't root for division rival, number 1. Number 2, I dang sure cannot root for a sports team that plays in a city well, technically they play in the city of Inglewood, but they're in the Los Angeles area. But the giant and warrior in me will not allow to root for a sports team that has the Los Angeles name, even though I'm the Georgia Bulldog in me is happy for Stafford that he got there, and I'd be happy for him if the Rams do win, but I just cannot root for the Rams. And plus, the Bengals colors are orange and black, and orange and black are Giants colors, so that's where I stand. I'll leave it at that. But I mean, it's a dynamic matchup. It really is. Very rare you get two former number one overall draft picks playing each other in a Super Bowl. I don't know if that's ever happened, but you have it, 9 years apart or 10 years apart. Stafford was the number one draft pick in 2009. Joe Burrow in 2020. So I mean, it's dynamic. Rams trying to win their second overall Super Bowl, their first under the LA name. This is their third appearance under the LA name. Of course, they lost Super Bowl 14 to the Steelers, and they lost Super Bowl 53 53 to the Patriots. And some might say the most boring Super Bowl of all time because it was 13-3 was the final score, which if you were a defensive person, then this was the game for you because there was a whole lot of defense, not much offense.
Yeah.
But the Rams sort of kind of wearing their modified old school look, the colors they won their only Super Bowl in against the Titans, where Kevin Dyson is still stretching for the goal line in the Georgia Dome. And the Bengals paying homage, wearing the black tops with the white pants and orange stripes of what they wore in their first Super Bowl in Pontiac, Michigan, with Ken Anderson and Dan Ross and Chris Collinsworth, who most people probably have the TV on mute because I'm sure Collinsworth will be, I don't want to say praising the Bengals, but he is a former Bengals alum, so we'll just go from there. But of course, looking forward to the game. Of course, those of us that are hip hop heads are looking forward to the halftime show.
Yes.
Where you have some very iconic acts.
Yes.
Doing the halftime show.
Yes.
And of course, you can never go wrong with Al Michaels doing play-by-play of a Super Bowl game. So I look forward to that as well. The only thing I don't like about that stadium, and it's a very beautiful looking stadium, but the only thing I don't like about it is the roof. I just can't. I can't get jiggy with it. But other than that, eventually I would like to go to that stadium and partake in a game there because it is, from an architectural standpoint, it is really, really state of the art. But like we said, we will do a Super Bowl only show within the week during Super Bowl week. We just got to figure out which day, or just maybe the day of the game. We don't know. But we certainly thank you for always tuning in. Again, if you have suggestions about a topic you want us to discuss, leave it in the comments. Because like we say, we do this show for y'all and for y'all's entertainment. So if you're bored at work or need something to listen to on the ride home, hey, go ahead and give us a shout out and give us a look. Because like I said, we love talking sports. This is what we do. And we like to be full of entertainment for all you guys. So, any final shots, my man?
Nope. Just, I have no fight in the Super Bowl. My wish has been fulfilled. I will enjoy the game. And like I said, mostly the halftime show. And, isn't there some boxing this weekend? Is it Thurman?
Yes, one time Thurman makes his return to the ring.
Is it
I'm just trying to understand why it's on pay-per-view.
I'll watch it some way, somehow. But no, wait, I'll work this weekend. Never mind. I won't be watching it.
Well, I definitely will keep you posted on Twitter because I'm pretty sure Twitter will have everything covered. But yes, Keith One Time Thurman is back in the ring. after his long hiatus. And sadly, lost in the NBA. Former coach of the Cavaliers, who was the very first coach, former coach of the Rockets, Clippers, Nets, and Celtics.
Yeah.
The man that coached Larry Bird to his first NBA ring in 1981, Bill Fitch, passed away at the age of 89. Finished with 944 wins at the time of his retirement. So certainly condolences to the Fitch family and his former players that played for him. But with that said, and dilly, this has been another edition of the Mizzle Dub Show. He is Mizzle. I am Dub. As we say good afternoon for now. And as always, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
You damn right.